Have you seen Marceline in the new Fionna and Cake trailer? Is Marceline evil now? Why does she look like she's hanging out with the vampires all of a sudden? And let's not even get started on what's going on between her and Huntress Wizard. Well, get ready for a shocker as we reveal the enigma surrounding Marceline's new appearance in the Fionna and Cake trailer. Now you might wonder, is she evil? And that's a pretty fair question. Marceline's flaming eyes give off a scary look, something that's tough to overlook. Could this mean something more serious for our favorite character? I think it does, because we've seen Marceline with these exact flaming eyes only one time before, and that's in the episode He Signature. Now I'm going to give you a brief summary of the main points of the episode, and I want you to try and come up with a common theme throughout the only other time we see Marceline with flaming eyes. In this episode, Marceline first tricks Fionna and Cake into believing they're becoming vampires. It's just a silly prank, isn't it? Nope. Marceline's ghost friends decide to go even further, setting a trap for Fionna and Cake, pretending to have a party and betraying Marceline's trust. Even when Marceline tells them to be careful, Fionna and Cake lie and go to the party anyway. Marceline, feeling a little sorry, comes back to say she's sorry, but doesn't really help Fionna and Cake when they're in big trouble. This episode is filled with lies, betrayals, and yes, the only other episode Marceline has fiery eyes. Now you've got that main theme of the episode down? Good. Remember it and hold on to it, because it's going to be very important towards the end. So, is Marceline evil in the new trailer? Well, even though it's easy to say yes, we might need to look a bit closer to understand what's actually happening. With that thought, let's check out another part of Marceline in the trailer. In particular, a mysterious part showing Marceline and a bunch of vampires. The mood is full of excitement as we watch them move quickly, going after something we can't see. But the real puzzle is if Marceline and the vampires are fighting each other or working together. Looking carefully, we see clues that point to a surprising fact. They might be working together, even though we wouldn't expect it. But the big question remains, who are they fighting and why at this time? This secret makes things even more interesting, leaving us, including me, with way more questions than answers. But let's dive a little deep. First, the hints we get from the trailer are more than just extras. They give us small pieces of a larger story. A careful look tells us that the vampires and Marceline seem to be moving in certain different ways. The vampires rush down and to the right, while Marceline flees down and to the left. This careful movement really goes against the idea that they are fighting each other. Instead, it looks like a planned attack aimed at a completely different enemy. Adding more mystery is the appearance of Huntress Wizard. The way the trailer is put together spotlights her as the one Marceline and the vampires are attacking, placing her in the same story and mood as them. But this only makes us wonder, what has Huntress Wizard done to get this special attention from Marceline and these nightly creatures? Is she a brand new enemy or an old foe coming back? Trailers are usually made to be a little confusing to get people to talk, which only gets even more proven by this very video. But two clear things hint that Huntress Wizard is more than just a random character in this big and important situation. First, the backdrops in her scene look very much like those in Marceline and the vampire scenes. The places, colors, and everything else match too well to be just a chance thing. In the making of these trailers, these backgrounds are often used as clues, and here they clearly show that Huntress Wizard has a big part to play in the coming fight. If the matching backgrounds weren't clear enough, let's look at Huntress Wizard's choice of weapon. An arrow with a clove of garlic on the tip. This part is really important because garlic is a famous tool used against vampires, even in the Adventure Time series itself. This shows that Huntress Wizard knows who she might be fighting, and it also gives us a new side to her story. Her use of garlic in her weapon makes us think about a past connection between her and her enemies, and it makes us wonder about what she knows and why this fight is even happening. Just when it looks like we're about to solve the puzzle, the trailer skillfully stops us with a suspenseful moment, raising one last chilling set of questions. Why Huntress Wizard? And why at this time? The trailer suggests that Huntress Wizard isn't just a simple target. She's a strong rival, equipped with the exact know-how and tools to fight back against those attacking her. This doesn't seem like a sudden fight, but maybe a buildup of old disagreements. But these interesting questions about Huntress Wizard's part make us think about an even bigger mystery, one that's been hiding quietly in the background. When and where is all of this taking place? As the differences between times and worlds become unclear, this question isn't just something extra in the story, it's a really important part of the mystery that could make everything different. First, the background setting of the vampire parts may remind you of something we've seen before. It looks a lot like the places we connect with the land of Ooh, especially during the time when vampires were hunted and Marceline looked after human groups, right after the Mushroom War. Is this similarity just a friendly wink to the past, or is this a purposeful hint to make us remember something? The land of Ooh, where a lot of important things have happened, is our first guess. But just when you think we're going to figure out the place, new information changes everything. Huntress Wizard, who in the trailer is is human. This shakes up the idea that this is the land of Ooh from the time we're familiar with. We know 100% that the land of Ooh's Huntress Wizard is magical, not human. So can this time really be a place where a human Huntress Wizard can be? Absolutely not. But what universe does host the human counterparts of the land of Ooh characters? That's right, Farmworld. A place where many characters, like Huntress Wizard, are in their human, non-magical shapes. Farmworld gives us an exciting chance to figure out the where of this mystery, but while it might answer some questions, it also brings up even more confusing problems. In Farmworld, Marceline isn't a vampire. We know that 100%. This isn't a small change in her character, it's a big change in who she is. But there's even more. Marceline comes to an end in this different reality by the mutagenic bomb, making the mystery even more complicated. Seeing her with the vampires then turns into a contradiction on its own. How can Marceline, who has died and isn't a vampire, be in a place that looks like Farmworld? Are we seeing a memory, a different what-if situation, or something even more complicated and hard to understand? Every hint, every mismatch, every chance makes this already tangled situation even more complicated. Just when we think we're about to figure it out, we end up falling further into a pit of questions and things that just don't match up. Is there something wrong with the way time and space work? Could coming back to life be a part of it? Can we even solve this mystery? Just when it looks like we can't solve this mystery, I think I may have found it. Picture a land of Ooh, where everything is closely linked, with each event causing others that shape the lives of those who live there. Now, think about big turning points that led to huge changes, like the blast of the mutagenic bomb. Marceline, as we know, in the Farmworld dimension, was a protector for Simon and the Ice Crown during those times. But what if she wasn't there? Her not being there could change not just what happens around these events, but what actually ends up happening, leading to a disaster at a different time with big effects. Just when it looks like we can't figure it out, this may have just done it. What if Marceline and Simon never met in this world? And because they never met, Marceline wasn't there to keep Simon's body and Ice Crown safe, causing the bomb and the release of the Lich to happen much earlier. This brings magic back to the land of Ooh and makes Marceline a vampire. But instead of helping humans, she becomes the vampire queen. Now let's make something clear. Saying that Marceline's change into the vampire queen is only because of Simon not being there isn't making things too simple. Yes, it starts things off, but what really makes this idea work are the chain reactions that follow from it. In this reality, without Simon, not only do the times of events change, but also how Marceline herself feels and thinks. Without Simon, who was like a supportive friend and guide for what's right and wrong, Marceline might not have had the basic lessons of right and wrong that kept her from being more evil in other situations. It's not just about one person not being there. It's about the empty space and feelings and morals that his not being there causes. But what if you're not sure about this? What if Simon and Marceline did meet in this different farm world? Let's go back to the start of this video. Remember when I mentioned that Marceline has flaming eyes in the trailer, and the only other time she has those eyes is in the episode Heat Signature? Now, what was the big idea of that episode? You guessed it, betrayal. Marceline's path could have been changed by maybe not Simon being gone, but by him betraying her, filling her with anger instead of sadness. We know 100% for a fact that Simon left Marceline all alone, although in good intentions. But in this alternate universe, maybe Marceline chose to get angry instead of being sad. This anger pushes her down another but equally dark way, leading to the same result. Marceline becomes the vampire queen, leaving her old role as a protector of people. How do you think Simon not being there could affect not only Marceline, but the whole land of Ooh? Could him not being there be the key thing that makes everything in this universe come undone? Or is it just one part of a much bigger, more complicated system? Also, if someone is really changing the way time works, who do you think has the strength and reason to do something like that in the new Fionna and Cake series? But before you dive into the comment section with your theories, there's something else you need to see. There's way more secrets than just Marceline in the new trailer, and trust me, they're going to blow your mind even more. Want to dive deeper into the secrets and mysteries of the Fionna and Cake trailer? Click this video to uncover all the secrets hidden within it. I promise you, they'll change the way you see Adventure Time. Now you might be wondering what these names are doing on the screen. Well, shout out to @Phoenix5114 and Golf11UnderPar for supporting the channel even more by becoming a member. If you want your name shown and shouted out in my videos, access to these cool custom badges and emotes, and get to watch the video early before anybody else, become a member today by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button. Thank you all so much again, but for real this time, go watch my Fionna and Cake trailer deep dive video.